Western Bay and it serves.
Pop stars can look perfect, but they can hide real secrets and quiet pain. Bright stage lights, chart countdowns on the radio, magazine covers, and long tour nights.
I don't wanna be right.
But the real story often began when the cameras were off and the music stopped. For many years, these songs lived in the shadows of bigger stars. Then one night, one record exploded and changed everything. These are 10 untold stories of R&B soul one-hit wonders. I'm not here to laugh or judge.
She opened up the door and let me in. Never once.
What you think you know is wrong. And near the end, one story will shock you. A hit song that was almost stolen. Number 10. Luther Ingram. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right.
It's wrong. I don't wanna be right.
Picture a quiet living room at night. Lights low, curtains closed. The radio is playing soft soul, and the whole world feels slow and warm.
If loving you is wrong, I don't wanna be right.
This song feels like a secret conversation you were never meant to hear, but you can't turn away. This record dropped in 1972 on Coco Records and was produced by the legendary Willie Mitchell in Memphis.
I don't wanna be right. Am I wrong?
Yes, the same high record studio sound that shaped Al Green's magic. The lyrics tell a grown-up story about forbidden love, a man choosing passion even when he knows the world will judge him.
I don't care what your people say.
The honesty shocked radio, and people couldn't stop listening. It hit number 1 on the R&B chart and crossed over to the pop charts, becoming one of the biggest soul singles of the year. Fun fact, this song became so powerful that artists from many genres later covered it. From soul to country, everyone wanted to tell this story in their own voice. Why it's forgotten/underrated. Even with this huge hit, Luther Ingram never reached this level again. The industry moved fast, and the spotlight shifted to new stars and new sounds. But real soul lovers still hold this song close. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper. Number 9, Honeycomb. One Monkey, Don't Stop No Show. Picture a warm summer evening, windows open, radio loud. You're sitting in the living room while the record spins and everybody starts smiling. This song feels bold and confident, like someone finally choosing themselves. This record dropped in 1971 and kept burning into 1972 on the Hot Wax label, the label created by the legendary Holland Dozier Holland team after they left Motown. That alone tells you the pedigree was serious. The song is about moving on after heartbreak and refusing to let one person stop your life. The message was simple. You don't stop shining just because someone leaves. It became a major R&B hit and a favorite on soul radio across the U.S. It also crossed over to pop listeners who loved its confidence and groove. Fun fact, the title came from an old saying the producers loved. When the group first heard the demo, they knew the phrase would stick in people's heads fast. And they were right. Crowds started singing the chorus back almost immediately. Why it's forgotten / underrated, Honeycomb had hits before this, but music was changing fast in the early 70s. New sounds, new artists, and label changes pushed them out of the spotlight too quickly.
Don't stop, no show.
Still, Real Soul fans never forgot this anthem of strength. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. In the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper. Number 8, The Persuaders. Thin line between love and hate.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just getting here.
Close your eyes for a second. It's late night. A taxi radio is playing soft and low. The city lights blur past the window. This song feels like a warning whispered in your ear. Slow, smooth, and a little dangerous.
Smile and never raises a voice.
This record dropped in 1971 and exploded into 1972 radio. It was released on Atco Records and produced by Van McCoy, the same hitmaker who knew how to make drama sound beautiful.
Sing it, everybody.
The lyrics tell a story about love turning into jealousy and revenge. It feels like a movie in your head. The song hit number 1 on the R&B chart and crossed into the pop charts too.
The sweetest woman in the world can be the
Radio played it day and night. Over the years, it became a cult classic, covered by new artists and used in films and TV because the story never gets old.
Here I am.
Fun fact, the spoken intro almost didn't make the final version. At first, it was just a normal soul song, but that talking part made it feel like a late night confession, and that changed everything.
You can't keep treating your woman bad.
Why it's forgotten / underrated. The group never reached this level again. Music styles shifted fast in the 70s and newer sounds took over radio, but soul fans never let this one go.
And she will sit back and enjoy. Yes, it is.
Real heads keep this one like a secret key. In the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper. Number 7, Timmy Thomas. Why Can't We Live Together?
They did the news, the weather, but I had such a long intro.
Picture a quiet room late at night. The lights are low, a small radio is glowing in the dark. This song feels calm, gentle, and deep, like someone speaking straight to your heart. This record came out in 1972 on Glades Records. Timmy Thomas recorded it almost by himself at home, using an organ and a simple drum machine. The lyrics ask a big question about peace, love, and people fighting each other. The song became a huge hit, reaching number 1 on the R&B chart and crossing over worldwide.
But I had such a long intro. Today.
It was played everywhere: homes, taxis, late night radio, and quiet living rooms.
No more wars, no more wars.
Fun fact, Timmy recorded this song in one take while testing a drum machine he had just bought. What started as a simple demo became a global hit. Why it's forgotten / underrated. The song was very different from the big band sound of the early 70s. No horns, no full band, just voice, organ, and rhythm. After this huge moment, Timmy never reached the same level of success again, even though the song stayed loved by real soul fans. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. Wait until you hear the next story, because the next song turned heartbreak into pure late night soul. Number 6, Joe Tex, I Gotcha. Close your eyes for a second. You're in the backseat of a taxi at night. The radio is low, city lights sliding past the window. Then that bass hits, and suddenly the whole car feels cooler. This song feels playful, confident, and a little bit dangerous, like someone smiling while they already know they won. This record dropped in 1972 on Dial Records and was produced by Buddy Killen. It was a huge comeback moment for Joe Tex after a quiet period. The lyrics tell a story about catching someone who once walked away. It's funny, bold, and full of swagger. Real-life love drama turned into groove. The song shot to number 1 on the R&B chart and crossed into the pop top 10. For a moment, Joe Tex was back everywhere. Radio, dance floors, and late-night jukeboxes. Fun fact, this song was first written years earlier for another artist. Joe Tex held on to it, waited, and when he finally recorded it himself, it became his biggest hit. Sometimes, timing is everything.
Don't hold back, now give it here. Don't say nothing, just give it here. Come on, give it here.
Why it's forgotten/underrated music was changing fast in the early 70s. Funk and disco were rushing in, and the industry moved on quickly.
Now kiss me. Hold it a long time, hold it.
Joe Tex stayed respected, but this giant hit became his last huge mainstream moment. New sounds took the spotlight, and this groove slowly slipped into the background.
I'll be the only man kissing on you.
Real heads keep this one like a secret key. In the next tune, softer sound, but the heartbreak hits even harder. Number 5, Chairman of the Board, Pay to the Piper. Picture a warm summer night, windows open, radio glowing in the dark. The bass walks slow, the horns shine bright, and the groove feels rich and grown. This is the sound of soul music dressed in a sharp suit. This record dropped in 1972 on the Invictus label, the label run by the legendary Holland Dozier Holland team after they left Motown. They knew how to make hits, and you can hear that polish all over this song. The lyrics tell a real-life lesson. In life, every choice has a cost. One day, you must face the bill. It became a strong R&B chart hit and a favorite on soul radio and club dance floors. Fun fact, the group recorded this during a time when their label was fighting big business drama behind the scenes. You can feel that tension and confidence mixed together in the performance.
Now come on, girl, be nice to me.
Why it's forgotten/underrated. Soon after this era, music started changing fast. Funk got heavier. Disco started rising. The group never reached the same big spotlight again, and this gem slowly slipped into the background.
Now come on, girl, be nice to me.
Real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper. Number 4, Billy Paul, Me and Mrs. Jones.
We got a thing.
Picture a quiet night, curtains closed, city lights glowing through the window, the radio is low, and this song feels like a secret you should not hear, but you can't stop listening.
Got a thing going on.
It feels warm, slow and emotional, like a late night confession floating in the air. This song came out in 1972 on Philadelphia International Records.
Meet the same place, the same charm.
It was produced by the legendary team Gamble and Huff during the golden era of Philly soul. The lyrics tell the story of two people meeting every day, hiding a love they know is wrong. It's about love, guilt, and quiet heartbreak.
Yeah, no one knows she'll be there.
The song became a massive global hit, reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and R&B charts. It won a Grammy Award and played everywhere, from radio stations to late-night lounges.
We both know that it's wrong, but it's much too.
For a moment, Billy Paul's voice became the sound of grown-up soul music.
Well, it's time for us to believe.
Fun fact, many radio stations were nervous to play the song at first because of the story, but listeners kept requesting it, and it became unstoppable.
Let it go now.
Why it's forgotten/underrated. Billy Paul had other songs, but none reached the same giant level. The music world changed fast in the mid-70s, and disco started taking over radio. Over time, the song stayed famous, but the artist slowly slipped out of the spotlight. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. In the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper. Number 3, Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Where is the love?
Where is the love?
Close your eyes with me for a second. It's late at night. The room is quiet. A soft lamp is glowing in the corner. This song feels like two hearts talking in whispers while the world sleeps.
Had a sudden change of heart. I wish that you would tell me.
This is Candlelight Soul, warm, gentle, honest. This song dropped in 1972 on Atlantic Records. It was produced by the legendary Arif Mardin. It came from their album Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway, a pairing that felt magical the moment people heard it. The lyrics ask a simple but deep question. Why does love feel so hard sometimes? It's about distance, doubt, and trying to hold on to someone when life gets heavy. The song became a huge hit. It reached number 1 on the R&B chart, crossed to the pop charts, and won a Grammy Award.
Sudden change of heart. I wish that you would tell me so.
Radio played this everywhere. Slow jam shows, late night stations, quiet Sunday mornings. For many people, this song became the sound of real love.
Where is the love?
Fun fact, the magic you hear is real chemistry. Roberta and Donny recorded together in the same room, feeding off each other's emotions. You can hear them smiling in the harmonies. Why it's forgotten/underrated. Here's the sad part. Both artists had long careers, but this duet moment feels frozen in time. Later hits and tragedies changed the story, and newer generations don't always discover this gem first.
I wish I never met you. I guess it must have been my fate.
But soul lovers know, real heads keep this one like a secret key. And the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper. Number 2, Bill Withers, Lean on Me.
We all have sorrow.
Close your eyes and picture a quiet room with sunlight coming through the window. A small piano sits in the corner. No crowd, no band, just one voice and a simple melody filling the air.
Somebody to lean on.
It feels warm, safe, and honest, like someone sitting next to you saying, "You're not alone." This song came out in 1972 on Sussex Records. It was written and produced by Bill Withers himself. Just piano, claps, and real feeling. The lyrics talk about friendship, hard times, and helping each other when life gets heavy. The song hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and R&B chart and became one of the most loved soul songs ever.
Understand, we all need somebody to
It has been covered by many artists and used in movies, TV, and school choirs all over the world. Fun fact, Bill Withers used to work in a factory before music. He was not trying to sound fancy or perfect. He just wanted the song to feel real, like something people would sing together in a room. Why it's forgotten / underrated? Bill Withers had other hits, but nothing ever reached this huge moment again. The industry changed fast, and he stepped away from the spotlight early. Over time, people remember the song more than the artist behind it. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. In the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper. #1, Looking Glass. Brandy, you're a fine girl.
There's a port on a western bay.
Picture warm summer air and car windows rolled down. The radio is glowing softly on the dashboard. A smooth bass line starts walking, and suddenly the whole world feels slow and golden.
About their homes, and there's a girl in this harbor.
You don't even know the band yet, but you know this song will stay with you forever. This record dropped in 1972 on Epic Records and was produced by Sandy Linzer. The story is simple but powerful.
Wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north of Spain.
A sailor travels the world but leaves behind a woman who loves him deeply. Love versus freedom. Heart versus adventure.
Bars closed down. Brandy walks through a silent town.
The song climbed to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and crossed heavily into R&B radio rotation. It became one of the biggest crossover hits of the year and a forever summer classic.
Wears a braided chain made of finest silver from the north.
Fun fact, the famous bass line almost didn't exist. It was added late in the recording process, and it became the heartbeat of the entire song.
You're a fine girl, what a good wife you would be. Such a fine.
Why it's forgotten / underrated. The band never had another hit even close to this size. The music world moved fast, and the 70s sound kept changing. Soon, the spotlight moved on. But this record never left people's hearts. Real heads keep this one like a secret key. In the next tune, different mood, but the message cuts even deeper.